crazy mother.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Video Game Cadet here, and I've got a very special episode because it's the first episode in my new series about live game footage. And so I'll be down here in the bottom left corner giving you some extra feedback and information about how my route went, what I was able to pick up, and any interesting details about my trip. Now you're going to see that I'm going to hit a bunch of Goodwills and thrift stores, and the trip actually went pretty well. So here I am pulling up to the very first thrift store of the day. This is a Christian-based thrift store that I've had some pretty decent pickups. Most of the time there's a lackluster of games there, but every once in a while I've gone in there and picked up some awesome like Atari games. But like usual, it has stuff like Rock Band and Guitar Hero where those things go to die. Nobody wants them anymore, and thrift stores just haven't seemed to notice that yet. Oh, we do have a copy of High School Musical 3 for the Nintendo Wii. This is a first day buy, obviously, so I'm going to put that right back where it belongs. So here I am pulling up into the Salvation Army Family Store where I picked up a Kirby Superstar Ultra. That cost me $1.50. The game is complete and it's a pretty awesome find. I was really excited about that. So here I am pulling up into the first Goodwill of the day. I'm really lucky to have a bunch of Goodwill stores in my area. I think I have like 5 or so that I can drive to within 20 minutes. So when yard sale season kind of dries up in my town, I have tons of pawn shops, Goodwills, thrift stores, you name it, I have it in my area to kind of keep the game hunting going during the off season. I love how it looks like I'm waddling into this store, but I guess that's just how the camera is catching me walking. So I didn't have any luck in that Goodwill, so I'm moving over to a strip mall that I think has 2 or 3 thrift stores in it right next to each other. So I'm going to pull up in here and see what I can find in this strip mall. So the first store didn't have anything, but if I remember correctly, there were some awesome finds in the second one. Yeah, here we are. So I picked up Bleach Shatter Blade for the Nintendo Wii. That's a pretty awesome game and one I've been looking to pick up. Here we have, I believe, Clash of the Ninja Revolution. This is the first game in that series. A pretty fun one to play if you don't own it. And then next up, I picked up the second one in that series, that is Clash of the Ninja Revolution 2. So pretty awesome pickup at that thrift store. Those cost me $2 each, which is a pretty fair price. It's not crazy overpriced or underpriced. So definitely an easy decision for me to pick up those games and add to my Nintendo Wii collection. Here I am driving over to the next Goodwill store. I'm pulling up right now. Yeah, like I said, I have a bunch of Goodwills in my immediate area, so they don't usually have the best selection, but every once in a while you will pick up some good stuff there. So obviously that Goodwill didn't have much of anything in there. So I'm pulling up to, what is this, my 3rd Goodwill of the day. That's crazy. So I'm definitely on the road and trying to hit as many stores as I can in the shortest amount of time. And that's just kind of how you got to get lucky at occasionally at one of the stores. PlayStation 2 game Risk. Oh wait, there's Lethal Weapon 3 in the game box. That is such bullshit. Why do people do that? I did think about picking up this Nintendo GameCube game, Tony Hawk 4. I am a pretty big fan of the earlier games in that, but I do think I passed on the Tony Hawk 4. So here I am just kind of browsing around, seeing what type of games they have. Mostly it's like junk games for PlayStation 2. Now don't get me wrong, there are tons of amazing games for the PlayStation 2. It just happens that most Goodwills get filled up with like FIFA 2009 and Madden 07. So it is pretty occasional that you'll get a good find at a Goodwill. But it's always fun to go check out what they have. And you will find like some random games that can be worth a lot of money at Goodwills. So I don't think I picked up anything at that Goodwill either. but I am on my way to another Goodwill that is like 3 miles away. I don't know who planned these Goodwill locations, but they definitely didn't put a lot of thought into them. But it works out a lot for me. So I was pretty excited when I realized that there were so many Goodwills in my area a couple of years ago. So here I am pulling up into that Goodwill. This is what, Goodwill number 4, I think. So I'm going to pull up into here, and I do believe that I had some pretty awesome game finds in this station. So I'm going to take you on into this Goodwill and show you some footage from inside of there. I have one game that was really awesome in here, so I'm excited about that. And here it is, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I love how they like zip tied it down, because I guess employee theft is pretty big, or maybe just regular theft. So it kind of did signal to me that the game disc and manual are probably in there, otherwise why are they protecting it so much? So I did buy it, and it did have the manual and the game disc in there, which I was super excited about. I also picked up this Duke Nukem game, Land of the Babes, for the PlayStation 1. And I also picked up this Game Boy SP carrying pouch, little protective case for your SP. I didn't have one already, so I decided to add that in there. So as you can see, the trip went pretty well. That's the end of the footage, and I think I spent like less than $15 for all those games, so I was really excited. Let me know what you think of this style video, and I will try to keep making them as soon as possible. Alright guys, have a good one.